We are going to put the last 20 MVP runner-ups into a tier list.
Okay.
So all the players that came second in MVP, we're going to gauge it just off of how good that prime was in the year they came second in MVP. Let's start with 2011, Dwight Howard.
Shout out to him. Listen, I just saw a clip the other day where he was like, man, I should have won over Derrick Rose. And it's like, yeah, but not really. However,
People
Dwight
forget.
Howard,
People act like LeBron came second in 2011. They're like, D Rose stole it from LeBron. LeBron was third.
he wasn't. Dwight Howard from like 2008 to 2000, really before he went to the Lakers, demon.
Yeah. But with that being said, everybody on here is an all-time great because they came second in MVP. So I feel like Dwight has to be B or C.
I'm leaning towards C. I was going to say C.
Yeah, probably C. Which sounds mean up front because, again, he's second MVP. That was one of the best years of Dwight's career. But these are all superstars at their peak. So I think C is perfectly fair.
I agree.
Because almost everybody on here is amazing at offense, and there's also a bunch of great defenders. So C, it feels fair.
We can move him up later.
You got 3-time DPOY? Or is he 4-time? No, he's
Well, who
2-time.
cares? Because we're gauging him for 1 year.
Yeah, this is the MVP year.
Fine, I allow it.
Okay.
Calm.
2007, Steve Nash came second that year. Another playoff flameout came after this, but
He might
Great
be
player.
right alongside Dwight or right below that.
and it's right after he won his MVP, so he was still at that peak. He hadn't fallen off yet, really at all. He was still good enough, but Kobe won it that year.
Yeah, we're gonna go C. I just think like, especially at this point, once you've won 2 MVPs and you haven't even gotten to the finals, that target starts getting bigger and bigger, and it's like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna respond? And to not make the finals again, even with that team and how revolutionary they were, I'm gonna go C.
For gauging quality of player, though, I think prime Steve Nash is better than prime Dwight Howard. He can't be super far ahead, though, because he's also a one-way player. So I feel like he can be B. Coming off a back-to-back MVPs, still as good as he was.
I'm okay with B. I want to look at his 2007 numbers.
Yeah, B it is.
But he can be movable. He can be movable.
2019, James Harden. This is he's averaging 40 year where he lost because Giannis was a two-way demon.
A tier. This is a good A tier for me.
I think so people are going to look at him and Steve Nash and they're going to be like, one was averaging 40, one stole Kobe's MVP, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So people are going to view them hugely different. I don't think that they're that different peak for peak. Like, I think Steve Nash is highly underrated. Obviously, the way he played was very different. Wasn't as gaudy scoring stats.
I mean, if we're going like regular season alone, the ways in which James Harden was breaking the game really is that is on a different level than what Steve Nash.
I think this summer was that the summer where they like doubled down on foul baiting?
And like in terms of the refs not allowing it,
Yeah.
clearly not. He averaged 37 or something, so he definitely got
Well,
one
the
more year in.
following summer, I'm saying.
Oh, probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2019 was his best scoring year. He was as amazing as he ever was. They had Chris Paul, but Chris Paul was washed. That was the year where he wasn't playing well, and he rejuvenated himself in OKC after that. But for that year, we were kind of scared of what Chris Paul was going to be like, so he had to carry an even greater scoring load. If we're doing just regular season, we should do A. If you guys want to say overall who's the best player, I think B.
I'm thinking A for me personally.
Yeah, let's show credit to you know what? Yeah, let's do that because there's other James Harden seasons on here, and this is the best one. So we'll give his best season A.
Yeah.
2006, LeBron James.
It's underrated.
Young LeBron, insanely athletic.
Yes, it's underrated, especially because the next year he goes to the chip, or not to the chip, but he goes to the finals.
Yeah.
I think that we can put 06 at A.
Yeah, I don't
Honestly.
think any of these LeBron versions can be below A. He's fucking LeBron. Not to be a LeBron Glazier like always, but he
Yeah.
is LeBron James. He is the
Yeah.
best player on
Yeah.
here. So I think this is one of the weaker LeBron years. Most of them are going to be S. This feels like A.
And
Okay.
this was like around the time where you can legitimately start making arguments like, oh no, he's top 3, he's top 2, he's the best player in the league.
Yeah.
It starts right here.
Yeah. This is the first year where he probably was the best player in the league.
If it was up to me, I'd put him in S. That's why I stayed silent.
Yeah. I don't want to be crazy, but there's other better LeBron years, and in comparison are another tier, I think. Speaking of, this is an interesting one. 2020 LeBron. So this is the end of his prime. He was second to Giannis. He, numbers-wise, was completely still in his prime, but we know the athleticism is a little bit different. But to me, this is still as good as any LeBron year because the defense was so good, playing with Frank Vogel, playing with Anthony Davis. He was defending the best he's ever done. He played point guard this year, averaged almost 10 assists. The scoring was still great. Obviously
No,
won
he
the title.
averaged 10 assists. You're right.
Yeah, won the title. Had all the IQ stuff that people love 2018 LeBron for. Feels like S tier to me. To me, that's clearly a different tier than
Go
2006.
ahead and put
It's
it up
S
there.
tier.
ahead and put it
One of
up
my favorite random ass stats that I love about this year of LeBron is usually when it comes to double digit assist average leaders in the regular season, you never win a championship outside of Magic Johnson, and LeBron James was able to acquire that because of how ball dominant he was and also how great the defense was as well.
I saw a similar stat about Shea this year. There's only like 3 people that have averaged 30 and won a title.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 3 seasons. I think 2 of them are Michael Jordan, and I forget the third one.
Shaq probably.
Probably. Yeah. I don't remember exactly, but that's only
I
happened
saw a
3
stat
times.
today talking about how only Shea and Shaq were the only ones to lead the league in scoring while also potentially win a championship.
That's crazy. But Jordan never did that.
I think it was MVP actually.
Yeah, so we're probably talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. Okay, next one. 2016, Kawhi Leonard came second. This is his best like two-way form, I think. He had the full defense still, and the offense had. This is the first year the offense really exploded to being superstar level.
And when we were having conversations a couple weeks ago about peak Kawhi, this is it. That's genuinely one of the best peaks.
A tier?
The Warriors
minimum A tier.
The Warriors won 73 games that year. Stole all the attention. Didn't the Spurs won like 69?
They won 67.
Yeah.
60. I thought it was more. Yeah, 67. They were incredible. He was the best player.
Damn you, Zaza.
Is it A tier or is it S?
I'm leaning towards A right now, but it could.
He's not like
it could be S.
It could be S, but he's like the archetype of a two-way dominant wing. He wasn't a playmaker at this point of his career, so he was still playing within a system. He was very much like a weapon on offense, score plus incredible defender, but he wasn't the like set everybody up, be the lead playmaker type of guy.
Yeah, but his takeover on defense
Crazy.
was insane. And so the things that you would look at somebody where it's like, all right, I'm just going to go on a personal 8-0 run.
Yeah.
Kawhi could do that on defense.
These are the times when teams where the person he was defending would just stand in the corner and not even try to be in the offense. They play 4-on-5 on purpose.
Yeah.
You want S tier?
Let's do it.
Okay, fuck it. One of the best two-way players of all time.
Okay.
Honestly, I think it's a bit of a stretch S tier, but I'm not mad at it. 2010 Kevin Durant, young KD. He was a pretty below average at best defender at this point. He got better over his career, but I think when he was young, he wasn't a good defender. Amazing scorer already. He was already pushing 30 every year. Incredibly efficient, amazing. Not as good of a passer as he became, but the scoring was already like PKD.
Sounds like a B tier. Maybe B tier.
I lean A, I think. I think he's just a better, different tier player than Steve Nash, even when he was young. But he wasn't well-rounded yet, so that's debatable.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's very debatable. He was flawed at this point of his career.
I'm going B.
Okay.
You know what? Let's do that. Let's go B for this one, because next up, 2013 Kevin Durant.
A.
A little older, a little more well-rounded.
Yeah.
We'll go A for that.
Yeah.
Even though, honestly, they're probably not that different, but we can do that. And you know what's crazy? He also won in 2012.
God damn it, dude.
I mean, he was also second in 2012.
Put 2012 in A2.
Yeah, but just put them both right there. All
Okay.
the Kevin Durant seasons go right here. Amazing. One of the best young scorers I've ever seen. He was outrageous off the jump.
If it wasn't for LeBron, Kevin Durant would have easily been the best player in the world, and it would have been a conversation.
He could have pulled a Larry Bird and won 3 straight MVP awards from 2012 to 2014 if LeBron wasn't there.
Special.
Yeah, like it's kind of he's Kevin Durant, so he's not like underrated, but in some ways he is taken for granted with like just how insane he was at such a young age. Like we are numb to the insanity of Kevin Durant.
Facts.
And then second place in 2010 as well. That's so many second place finishes.
With scoring titles, like because he had won 4 straight scoring titles, and
that's ridiculous.
And that's not happening in Golden State. That's not happening in Brooklyn. That's happening early on in OKC.
And that doesn't happen today. Like you don't see that anymore. That's
I remember
crazy.
so many people, specifically reporters in Oklahoma, would give him so much flack about being Mr. Number 2. They would call him Mr. Number 2 always. And it's like, bro, what do you want him to do? It's LeBron.
I know. That's exactly. It's LeBron. What the hell, man? 2008 Chris Paul. Young Chris Paul, different. This man was insanely fast, great defensively, amazing hands, still had juice driving to the rim. Obviously, he was a good shooter, amazing passer. Neck and neck. Honestly, right next to 2007 Steve Nash to me.
I was just about to say B tier.
It
could be an argument for A.
I kind of want to go A.
But
I feel like him and Nash are kind of like pretty identical.
I don't think it's...
I mean, Chris he's a better defender.
Okay, yes, you're right. I do know the argument. Defensive argument.
He's a better defender. At this point, you can say he's a better scorer just because off of aggression and the fact that like his team needed it, playmaking, right?
We can't put everybody A though. It's like,
we got to put him in B. If you feel that strongly, we can move him later on.
You don't think prime Chris Paul is in the same tier as prime LeBron or Kevin Durant?
Fuck no. You don't believe that. with your own two eyes.
Oh, 08?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
If we're talking about how good that player was
You're right.
in that specific year, like, yeah, that's the one. If there's any year in Chris Paul's career where he is like on that level for real, 08 has to be it. I'm sure you could argue other years, but 08 has to be.
So
I still
what makes Steve Nash not on that same level?
He is. That's the problem. Steve Nash should
What
also be
about
A.
Steve Nash's game?
I'm using the defense as the differentiator. As the
Steve
top
Nash.
end.
Oh yeah, Chris Paul was second team all defense that year. NBA, for all NBA first team.
as not only as like your point guard, as the best player on your team. It is very rare.
He was 22 years old, by the way.
Demon.
I still want to go B, but I'm very okay with A if you want to go A.
I'll give you A for the defense front.
Okay. We gotta be cautious with our A placements from now on.
I know.
2015, James Harden. The year he lost to Curry the first year. The scoring wasn't quite as high.
I'm cool with B.
Yeah, it feels like B.
Yeah.
Or is it C, actually?
I think 2015 it is,
It might be C actually.
But he was averaging 27.4 points, 10 assists.
and they had Dwight there. This
Oh,
is,
no, my bad.
This year too. With
My bad, I got this all wrong. I was looking at free throws.
Oh.
It was 10 free throws. I got it all wrong. He was shooting guard still. This is pre-point guard revolution. He's 27.4 points, 7 assists.
His mid-range game was insane. I saw some highlights of his mid-range game the other day. Back in that year.
Yeah. He made the point guard jump in 2017, actually, when he lost to Russ. That's when he averaged 11 assists a game.
Yeah.
I got those years mixed up. Yeah, this is firmly B. I mean, firmly C to me.
I agree.
Just because we saw him get so much better. And with that being said, 2017 Harden, this is when he was at 11 assists a game, full-time point guard before they got Chris Paul. Insane offensive dynamo.
He was the offense, bro.
Is it B or is it A?
Unguardable.
I mean, we'll go
Personally, I
B.
want to say A, but I'll let you guys rock on that one.
2019 was a better scorer, but 2017, 11 assists a game is a lot. It might just be by usage, though. He wasn't really better. Just Chris Paul came in 2019, so he got less assists.
I'm sorry. You guys are gonna have to decide this because
I'm going A.
the 2017 like the playoff flameouts are just in my mind. I can't separate it right now.
I understand that, but this is regular season.
I think if we went 2019 in A, we got to put 2017 right next to it, I think.
Yeah.
I think he was just as good.
Okay.
And you can still, if you want to say he's a fraud, he's high usage man, whatever, go for it. But this doesn't feel like the most playoff important list. It's part of it, I guess. We can't look past it, but I'm not mad at it.
Okay.
2021 Joel Embiid.
Ooh, man. Wait, 2021 Joel Embiid.
Yeah, he was second place to the first Jokic season.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Probably B tier.
I'm fine with B, just to keep it moving.
All right.
But then again, Joel Embiid was amazing. Like, if we're doing peak for peak, if we're not necessarily holding playoff flameouts against people, Joel was also an amazing defender. In this 2021 season, he averaged 28.5 points. Obviously, was a great defender. He was All-NBA second team defense. Hey, man, why does everybody feel like A? Amazing defender, amazing scorer. He's a better two-way player than a lot of the guys in A.
Man, oh, man. He was 7th in DPOY that year, too.
If we're going to put him B, what's the reason?
I mean, hate. But like, like
Hey, but we can't put everybody.
we can't. Yeah,
you
just said we have to be more cautious than when we've added.
You know what I think we do? I think we put Chris Paul in B. And I think we put 21 Joel Embiid in B and 22 Joel Embiid in A. 22, he got to 30 points per game. This is when his mid-range jumper really became unstoppable. The ball handling got even better. 22 through 24, Joel Embiid was a different animal.
The bag work was different. Defense fall off just a little bit. For the sake of the bag work, I'm okay with A, I think.
Yeah, he was incredible starting 22 onwards. I think that's when the mid-range really took off. If we're going to differentiate and we're going to make it so we have some even splitting, I think that's how you do it.
Okay.
2024, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
People are going to look at this and be like, why the fuck is he out here, man? He won MVP, man.
He was second place in 2024.
Relax.
And I know everybody thinks Luka Doncic was second place, but it was actually Shai.
Yeah.
Probably it's either B or C.
I'll go C.
Yeah, probably C, right? He got pretty substantially better this year. C's fair.
Okay, I'm fine with C.
Yeah. Obviously great season, but look who he's up against. It feels fine to compare that to 2015 James Harden. This year, his playmaking got better, and not even necessarily in raw assists, but you can see it. His reading of the game, especially in the playoffs, got a lot better. I'm fine putting Shai lower. 2014 LeBron James finished second to Kevin Durant.
Oh, this is right after 2013.
This is S tier.
Yeah,
it's S tier.
It's prime LeBron James. This is his last year in Cleveland. I mean, last year in Miami when he was carrying around the corpses around him. He was incredible. Too good to stay there. Obviously, one of the best players of all time. 2009 Kobe Bryant.
Oh, shit.
2009. See, this is one of those Kobe years where he's not putting up 30 every night. This that Mamba mentality, winner,
A veteran.
Who did he lose
is
to
what
this
it
year?
is.
Read the game different. LeBron James. Young LeBron.
You can go and have all that jumping over people and all that. That's fine. We're out here winning championships. That's what it's about. I mean, I would put it in B just because it's on you're in the second half of Kobe's career and the athleticism isn't necessarily there.
So you think prime Kevin Durant is a
really
better player than older Kobe? I feel like older Kobe's still on level of A.
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, he's still Kobe. I mean, he's still amazing tactician. This is one of the smartest, best passing Kobe we've ever seen. The way he was able to attack in isolation in this slower
I
era.
don't like him next to put him in this. I don't like him next to Embiid.
Oh my god.
Low key, it could go S tier. He came off of back-to-back rings. He was still amazing. Hadn't slowed down at all. This is S tier. It's Kobe fucking Bryant. The top 10 player of all time.
Okay.
Here I am trying not to glaze.
I know. Glaze a
Let's
little
glaze.
bit. Glaze a little bit.
He was on the first defensive team too. Okay.
2018 LeBron
Forgot
James.
about that.
S
This is
tier.
like his best year offensively as a straight up scorer,
As a shot maker, for
shooter,
sure.
finishing the touches.
Again, it's LeBron James. It's going to be S tier. If we're going to glaze because these players are just on a different level, that's what it is. 2023 Nikola Jokic when he lost to Joel Embiid.
Listen. You know how I feel about 23. I feel this is my MVP.
Yeah.
So A tier.
We can go S.
Really? Okay.
We can go S for 23.
If that's the case, 25 Jokic is damn sure S
literally
tier.
is S, yeah.
Well, guess that's the list. The guy's putting up 60-point triple doubles. He's elevating Russell Westbrook at this stage in his career to be great. In 23, I've said it before and I will say it to the day that I die. Joel Embiid gets it because Kendrick Perkins was speaking nonsense on Disney airwaves. Jokic in 23 and in 25 is amazing.
Race relations is what you would let say.
But okay, here's our tier list. Honestly, it just flows downwards so perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, we had the most in S, the second most in A, third
That's
most in B,
hilarious.
and onward. Do we feel like there's anything we have to move to feel good about this before we end it?
Who's the worst player on S tier?
The worst player on S tier, Kawhi Leonard. I don't think Kawhi Leonard should be S tier personally.
Ooh.
I think Kawhi Leonard S tier. Look who he's up against.
I'm feeling it.
This is the-
I was leaning
can
towards
drop it. We
Kawhi
can
or
drop
Kobe,
it.
but I'm like, yeah,
Okay, yo,
he's
move
not
Kawhi down.
Kobe.
I think that was a
we
bit
can
much.
drop
Yeah.
All right, well there you go. That's our tier list. Feel solid. This was kind of hard, so I don't feel great about it, but
It's hard as hell.
I feel decent.
This is genuinely one of the hardest tier lists you've done.
I won't be mad if you yell at me in the comments and disagree about a placement. There's a lot of subjectivity here that I will respect.
Yeah.